What's going on, people? Welcome back to Curtis Shaw TV, back with another transfer update video, and things are really starting to heat up for Arsenal in this summer transfer window. Looks like a deal is agreed with Gabriel Jesus, and this one should be sorted very soon. And also, things are heating up on the Raphinha front as well. Before we start today's video, have to thank everybody for yesterday. Brilliant stream last night. Thought it was important that I touch base. Birthday stream. Obviously, the Gabriel Jesus deal broke a few minutes before I went live. Big up to Fran for coming on as well. Really enjoyed it. Thank you to everybody who contributed to that, whether you viewed it, subscribed, all of that stuff. Really appreciate it. And yeah, man, big up everyone for the well wishes. Community setting, C-Unit business people, and onwards and upwards we go. Right, you know what? Today is an interesting video because everything I'm going to mention on this stream is going to be positive. You know, usually there's a few pessimistic stories and you know, deals that I don't expect to happen. But today, you know, enjoy this one, people. Everything's looking good at the moment for Arsenal, you know. So, hey, let's get into it. Let's talk about Raphinha. This one is all over the place today, and this one is hotting up, people. Let me tell you this. David Ornstein tweeted today, Arsenal are to intensify their efforts next week to sign Raphinha from Leeds. More talks are planned with the 25-year-old's camp, and an increased offer is expected. The feeling among other suitors is Arsenal are now leading, and he's said to be open to joining them. That is courtesy of Phil Hay of The Athletic. And a story coming out of Brazil today that came out as well was that they believe this deal could be wrapped up inside the next 7 days. So, I mean, it looks as if Arsenal are, you know, in pole position to get this deal done. Barcelona don't seem to have the cash. Chelsea want to get Raheem Sterling. And I don't think Tottenham can convince him, because the reality is with Son and Kulusevski, a World Cup year, Raphinha doesn't want to go somewhere and challenge to get into the team. He wants to be a top boy. Now, further to this report, a report came out of the Mail today saying that Arsenal are going to make a revised offer for Raphinha next week. Their opening offer was believed to be an initial £30 million with £10 million in guaranteed add-ons, which would have been £40 million for Leeds. Leeds want apparently close to £60 million. So we're £20 million off at the moment. This says Arsenal plan to make an offer closer to £50 million in the hope that will satisfy Leeds. Now, are we talking about 40 with 10 million in add-ons, or are we talking about 50 with 10 million in add-ons? Leeds, of course, have just agreed a deal to sell Calvin Phillips to Manchester City for 45 million. So they're not strapped for cash at the moment. So I just think, as I've said before, Arsenal need to get this deal done quickly, because, you know, it only takes Barcelona to get big money or Chelsea to decide that they want him, and all of a sudden this becomes a much more difficult race. I have to admit, I wasn't totally convinced at the start. I was still having Gnabry and all these discussions, but I just don't think Serge Gnabry, I don't think Arsenal think that deal can happen for whatever reason. I get the impression Gnabry wants to stay at Bayern Munich for one more year and become a free agent, and then get a huge signing on fee next summer. That's what I think Serge Gnabry is going to do personally. I don't think he will leave this summer. So listen, from where we were last year, no disrespect to any player we signed last year, but, you know, signing Ramsdale from a championship team, signing Ben White, who was relatively, you know, we knew about him, but he wasn't that hyped. He wasn't even in the England squad at the time. Lokonga was not that known. Tomiyasu was fairly under the radar. You know, Nuno Tavares was fairly unknown. We're now signing established names, players who are in the Premier League, some not from the Premier League, but, you know, you don't need to go on YouTube to find out if Raphinha is a good player. You've seen him play. And the more I look at this, the more I have to admit I will be excited about this deal. So if this deal happens next week, boy, we are cooking, people. And further to this story as well, that Michael Bridge was on Sky today. He said that Arsenal want to wrap up the majority of their transfer business before their pre-season tour to the US in July. And the club are confident on signing Raphinha ASAP. I mean, how refreshing is it as an Arsenal fan to see Arsenal do their business early, go for established names, get them done, and attack next season instead of starting on the back foot. So keep an eye on this one. But Arsenal, according to reports, in advanced talks to get this deal done. And Raphinha apparently is willing to do this deal now. And I want to know your thoughts on this in the comments, people. How excited would you be if Raphinha joined the club? 25 years of age, top scorer for Leeds last season. Looks as if Arsenal getting closer to getting this deal done. And I personally would be excited to see Raphinha in an Arsenal shirt. Let's move on. Let's talk about the story that broke last night. We covered it on the live stream. Big up everyone who tuned in. Fabrizio has tweeted further about this today. And he said Arsenal director Edu is working this weekend on the final details for the Gabriel Jesus deal in order to complete the agreement, also on personal terms, with a 5-year deal on the table. The deal is 100% agreed between the clubs, with Manchester City to receive £45 million fee, as reported yesterday. This deal is happening, people. Reports came out today that this Jesus contract could be worth, with bonuses, £250,000 a week. £200,000 a week basic wage, with £50,000 a week in achievable bonuses. That would make Gabriel Jesus Arsenal's highest paid player. Wow, unbelievable contract for him. But he is a 4-time Premier League winner. He's won multiple trophies at Manchester City. Oh, and you know what? One thing I want to say to Arsenal fans, right? Don't let anybody downplay this transfer to Arsenal, because I'm getting messages from my friends who support other clubs, and all of a sudden, Gabriel Jesus offends everyone. Oh, he's not good enough. Oh, look at his stats. He hasn't scored enough goals. Blah, blah, blah. Oh, you're bothered about him now, you know, because we're signing him. Listen, let me tell you something. Gabriel Jesus is not the finished article, right? He's not a world beater. I'm not going to start capping and saying he's better than he is. But he's 25. He's won 4 Premier Leagues. He's a Brazilian international. This isn't about what Gabriel Jesus has done. It's about what he is capable of doing. He's never been the main man at Manchester City. You're talking about a guy that's got 50-plus goals in less than 100 starts for Manchester City. Forget the stats overall. He's played 98. He's had 98 starts for Manchester City. Not even 100. In 5 seasons, and he's got 58 goals. This guy's got talent. It's about whether we can take him to the next level. You know, if we get 15 league goals plus out of him, that makes a huge difference when you look at our striker situation last season. So all of a sudden, everyone's downplaying his level of talent, and oh, you know, he didn't even start at Manchester City when they didn't have a striker. Don't worry about that, yeah? He's a good signing for us. Don't make nobody tell you no different. 45 million for a 25-year-old with Premier League experience, who I think his potential level is higher than the level that he is at the moment. How do we know what he's capable of if he's never been the main man? You never have that belief that I'm playing every week, so you will never see the best of that player. Let's see what he's capable of or not capable of when he comes to Arsenal. But me, for one, I am excited and I'm happy with this signing, and I will celebrate this signing when he's holding up the shirt. That is for sure. 45 million in this market is good business. Don't trust me. You know, you could have paid 60 million for Calvert-Lewin last summer. You know, Vlahovic would have cost 60, 70 million after one good year. So listen, Arsenal, enjoy this signing. We've had some dark summers, man, signing Peter Cech and Mustafi and them, man, there. So enjoy this. He's on his way. Should be done next week. Gabriel Jesus, 45 million. Let me know what you think about that one. And the third and final story, people, another positive one. Chris Wheatley tweeted about half an hour ago, just before I started to record this show. William Saliba's contract talks are going positively, with the Frenchman set to return for pre-season training shortly. The French defender will be at Arsenal for the 22-23 season, as confirmed by manager Mikel Arteta and people close to the player. It's believed Saliba has been offered a new 4-year contract and a big pay rise, and apparently he's keen on signing that, and he will be back at the club for pre-season. Again, fantastic news. As Arsene Wenger would say, he's like a new signing, but he literally is like a new signing because we've never seen him play in a competitive game for Arsenal. That, for me, is fantastic news. Again, not the finished article. I'm sure he'll still make mistakes. But for me, I want to see him push Gabriel and Ben White. I personally think that right-sided centre-back slot, he can make that his own if he performs to the level that we think he's capable of. So that is brilliant news. New contract, 4-year deal. Looks like it's moving in the right direction and looks as if he will sign a new contract at the club. And listen, you know, sir, let me say something. You've got to give Arsenal, and I mean Edu, the Kroenkes, Arteta, I don't think any of them are perfect at their job, that is for sure. But you've got to give them credit for what they're doing this summer at the moment. You know, we did not finish that season well. I didn't think we'd be going for players of this pedigree with the way that season finished. To get in this Vieira, who at the moment I don't know how good or bad he is, but it looks positive. To get him in, to get Jesus, to get Raphinha, and then potentially, you know, Lisandro Martinez. For me, if you can add Yuri Tillemans to that midfield and 1 or 2 squad players, I think you're talking about one of the best transfer windows of recent times for Arsenal in terms of getting everything we need. There is still a bit more to do, but at this moment, things look positive. And I just hope Jesus gets done, and I hope Raphinha gets tied up next week. Get that midfielder in as well, though, people. So, great news today. Things looking up. Jesus done. Raphinha in advanced talks. And Saliba new contract. Big up everyone for tuning in. Make sure you like the video. Subscribe. We went past 48k yesterday. So big up everyone for that. Thank you for the birthday well wishes as well. And just make sure, actually, the final thing I want to finish off with. If you're about the North London area tomorrow, Sunday, obviously the Claude Cup is tomorrow, 12 p.m. in North London at the New River Stadium. If you're about, get yourself down there. I know Robbie and a few others will be down there, so it'll be a chance for you to meet people and see people. Obviously, SE Dons are playing in that as well, and it's for a great cause, the Gunnar Claude Foundation. I'll put the picture up on the screen now so you can see that. So come and support that if you can. Thank you, everyone, for tuning in. Good news today. Let's hope we finish it off by getting some of these transfers through the door. Enjoy your weekend, and I'll see you all tomorrow, people. Bless.